I'm rolling.
Alright. What is an HBCU? I asked you guys what an HBCU college is, and only 6 of you actually know. So today I'm going to let you know exactly what an HBCU is and how it is just as good as any other college. HBCU. HBCU stands for Historically Black Colleges and Universities. These were colleges and universities founded by African Americans who wanted to further the education for all blacks after they were freed around the American Revolution time. The first HBCU was founded in 1837. I haven't been able to say that word. It's in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure if it's still standing. They didn't mention it, but now back to the present. There are a total of 106 HBCUs. Private and public, just like any other schools, Baylor, Texas A&M, they all have the same kind of schools. HBCUs take in many students that don't have the GPA rank, the class rank, the SAT scores that can get into the top schools like Texas A&M. They take those students and bring them in and turn them into scholars. They may help those students to go 2 years and transfer to a bigger school if that's what they like, but they are good at helping students get through college even if they can't make it to the college that they want to. Now, I asked you guys, did you believe that if the HBCU could have a top program like any other college, like Texas A&M? A lot of you guys said, no, I don't know, maybe, you tell me. So, I'm going to tell you, absolutely, HBCU can have a top program just like any other school. It just depends on what you want to do. You want to be in law, business, pharmacy, fine arts, it doesn't matter. They have something for you. For example, Texas A&M University has one of the best law schools in the country. Thurgood Marshall School of Law, just this year, according to HBCU.com, has 159 total graduates. 110 of those graduates graduated and had a full-time job as soon as they walked out of college. So, which means they walked out of college already knowing what they wanted to do. They didn't have to go home and sit at the couch and look through a magazine trying to find a job. They already knew what they wanted. They also have one of the top pharmacy schools in Houston. Now, there are not a lot of schools in Houston, but they produce the top number of pharmacists in the city. Howard University is one of the toughest HBCUs to get into. They are a top-tier college of medicine. Out of 146 students, 11% of these students go into general surgery, meaning they are able to graduate and go straight into fixing a broken bone, ACL. They go straight into the hospital and do all of that. 22% of them go into internal medicine, meaning they diagnose and treat for adult diseases. They give medicine for those who have HIV, AIDS, and all of that. They are specialized in giving medicines for those people. Jackson State University. Jackson State University has a great school of communication. 31% of the students actually get accepted. So if 1,000 people apply, only 31% of those students can actually get accepted. So 854 of the students that were accepted this year, 834 of them had a full-time position in some kind of job, including full-time position in some kind of job relating to communication. Only 20 of those students did not have a full-time job. They weren't able to acquire a full job while going to college. Now, Jackson State has a retention rate of 73%. Retention rate meaning they have 73% of the students stay in school all 4 years and actually graduate. That is a high number for any college. 73% is very good. They have 47% of the students that go to school for 6 years actually graduate, which means they produce a lot of master's degrees, all the degrees that the top 6-year graduates can get. I asked you guys if you thought Texas A&M was better than any HBCU out there. A lot of you say yes. A lot of you don't know. Well, I'm going to tell you that is not true. A lot of Texas A&M may be a big school, maybe top name, but there are schools that have better rates than Texas A&M. For example, Texas A&M's law school only has 21% of their students graduate and get a job right after college. So, which means a lot of those students go home and sit on the couch and do nothing for a while. Texas Southern University School, Thurgood Marshall School of Law, has 68% of those students graduate and have a job right out of college, which is a lot better than 21%. Now, and the next one is they have low rates, but at the same time, it is still higher than Texas A&M, which meaning Texas A&M engineering graduates have only less than 17% of them have a job coming out of college. It's pretty low, 17%. Now, Prairie View A&M University has 21.3% of those students have a job coming out of college. Now, both of those are low rates, but at the same time, it goes to show that there are programs that have better rates than Texas A&M. Now, I asked you guys if you knew anybody that attended HBCU. A lot of you don't know, but you actually do know some of them that attended HBCU. Now, here we have Dr. Rod Page. You probably don't know him. He was the Secretary of HISD. And then once he finished that, he moved on to be the Secretary of Education while Bush was in office. So he was the top education student coming out of Jackson State University, which means he's pretty smart. A lot of y'all know him, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, whatever you want to call him. Graduated from Howard University. He was, and according to the U.S. News of Education, Sean Combs was in the top 40% of his class when he graduated from Howard University, which means he's pretty smart. He doesn't make a lot of music now, but now he is a holder of the record label Bad Boys. He is at the top of his game. Oprah Winfrey has her own television show, her own network. She's on the list for the top 10 richest people in the country. She is a very successful woman. She graduated from Tennessee State University, which is also an HBCU, which means HBCUs, they also provide great educations and produce the same number of great Americans just like any other school. The bottom, you probably know, is Barbara Jordan. She's a civil rights activist leader. She did great. She graduated from Texas Southern University and went on to go to Boston Law School, which means she had the best education to be in law to help those black folks get their education like they needed. She was there. She helped a lot. And at the top is Michael Strahan, NFL Hall of Fame player. He graduated from Texas Southern University also. He is very smart. He went to the NFL and didn't get to finish college, but while in the NFL, he went back to college and got his degree in communications and one other thing. So now he has his own television show called Michael and Kelly. If you watch it, I don't know. He has his own talk show. He sits in on ESPN. He broadcasts on the radio. He goes down the street from his studio at Michael and Kelly to the ABC Today show. And they all have a good time. He talks. He's a great guy. He's very smart. Here we got John Thompson. John Thompson is the CEO of Microsoft, which means you have to be very smart to be in Microsoft, first of all. And CEO is a high position. And that he came from Florida A&M, which means, like again, HBCUs have great educations. The top right is Jerry Rice, Hall of Fame wide receiver with the Mississippi Valley State. He's also on ESPN sports shows and different things like that. In the bottom, you have Keisha Knight. She is an actress. She went to Spelman College, which is a private all-girls school. If you don't know, she started on The Cosby Show as a young girl. She went to The Cosby Show, and as she got older, she moved on, and Tyler Perry came, and now she's on Tyler Perry movies, Tyler Perry TV series, shows, and she works with Tyler Perry a lot. Martin Luther King went to the all-boys version of Spelman, which is the private school Morehouse. Martin Luther King, everybody knows, was a great civil rights man. He helped blacks get to where they are now. I'm able to talk to all you white folks in here now because of Martin Luther King. I can stand here freely and talk to y'all because of him. Now, I probably bored some of y'all with all of that. I'm going to tell y'all about some of the good stuff from it. Put it back over. Where that? Turn it up to the day. I'm going to show you guys the boring stuff first.
Oh. Honey.
You got it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Here's the boring stuff. If you really want to go to school, you hear this boring every day, all day, for no reason. You don't know what you're listening to. What's on the It's boring. It makes no sense.
Still kicking.
No, I don't want to hear none of that. Now, I want to show y'all something that's actually interesting. Where's my mouse at? Okay. All right, here we go. Something actually interesting. it's something interesting. It keeps you, it keeps you interested. It makes you really want to go. Not just sit there and be bored. It's something to listen to. It's fun. So, I'll raise your hands. Which one did you like best? The first one or the second one?
Second one.
The second one? Exactly. Nobody likes the first one.
I'm gonna go to that.
Exactly. It's called Southern University. Southern University. Everybody likes good music. Nobody wants to hear boring stuff.
I enjoyed it.
So I hope you guys learned a little. A little bit more about HBCUs, and I challenge you to at least apply to one HBCU. And I'm telling you, you'll never regret it. It's a great place. It's a great campus. They always have good things going on. It's fun. It's awesome. It's an awesome campus. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Boom.